Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody is ready for the weekend. Um, so let's go right into the Bitcoin chart and see what's going on today. So, yesterday I was talking about how we might see a further trend towards the downside. Um, for those of you who are paying attention, you might have noticed this red and green curve um, that was not there before. And this is actually part of the Pi cycle top indicator that I've always mentioned before. I turned it on, so if you're on TradingView, you can turn it on and off over here. And of course, the Pi cycle top indicator is free. How do I know that? I have a free account. Everything else in crypto, as you may already know. Um, so in any case, I want to take a quick look at it just to see where we stand. Most of the time, you don't really need to turn it on um, until we see some explosive price action towards the upside, and then we can sort of gauge the timing for exit. So, in any case, I just wanted to see, um, this sort of curve upwards. I'm not really surprised because we did see this sharp increase earlier. But if you take the trend as a whole, we're sort of right in the middle. Throughout the bull cycle, you'll see the the candlestick sort of retesting the green line, then back into the red line, and so on and so forth. And I'll sort of explain more about the Pi cycle top indicator, but that's not really important right now. Um, I would say, if we were to continue the trend downwards, then we will likely retest this red trend line or curve, which is the 111-day moving average. So it's the same thing. And right now it's around $76,000. So like I said yesterday, if you do have a significant pullback, then we might see somewhere in the 74,000 range. So it does coincide with this. Of course, that is the downside risk. Um, in the bull cycle, during the bull cycle, we're way past um, the halving cycle mark, which um, was, back in April of this year. And rarely will we actually see a dip below the 111-day moving average. I mean, it's quite common in the beginning stages of the bull cycle, but unlikely that is going to be the case moving forward. But we'll see. In any case, if you zoom in a little bit over here, yesterday I was kind of hoping maybe this would be a red candlestick. Um, Usually, when you do have two consecutive days of selling, especially Thursday, Friday. In fact, really, it's only the Thursday, Friday selling that I care about. Um, and of course, this is not exact science, but in my experience, if there's a big red candlestick on a Thursday, then usually there's a bounce back on a Friday. And if there are two consecutive days of selling on a Thursday and a Friday, usually it does indicate a very strong weekend. And keep in mind the crypto market is open 24/7, so the market can always trade and bounce back over the weekend. So we'll see. Some may be asking, for example, if you got your paycheck today, some may be asking, is this a good buying opportunity? There are a couple ways to look at it. Number one, like I said before, if your cost basis is acceptable, if it's below this mark, then um, you know, probably would be a little risky. If your cost basis is higher than 97,000, I say why not just DCA? Usually when I see a long shadow, like the one that you're seeing over here, usually there tends to be a another candlestick that likes to retest the low with a real body, meaning I would not be surprised if this red candlestick extends all the way to the 92,000 mark over here and forms a real body. Okay, that means, just as a reminder, that means the wide part of the candlestick. Um, so we'll see if that is the case. I mean, even by just looking at the MACD, it looks like there's really no turning around anytime soon. Um, that said, the crypto market is very volatile, so that's why I always say just dollar cost average. Don't try to time the market. If you're in a good position, hold. If you're in not so good position or there's opportunity for you to average down, then go ahead and average down. Of course, not financial advice. Let's see what the dominance is doing. Let me see if I can. Okay, so I guess while I'm recording this, never mind. Okay, um, so the dominance is sort of going back down again. Um, same as yesterday. So, that probably could mean that, more people are selling off their Bitcoin, but hard to say, just by looking at the dominance. Let's go over to Solana. We haven't really looked at Solana in a long time now. As you guys may already know, Solana is now the only token that I'm regularly purchasing. I'm not really interested in other assets at this time. So, whatever I get from my primary day job, I just put it into Solana and I continue to dollar cost average. And to me, I mean, what really is the significance of dollar cost averaging? I mean, at the start of this bull cycle, my cost basis was like around like $19 for Solana. So, at this point, I've already 10x'd. Um, but I do just want to allocate more of my portfolio and investment in general into cryptocurrency. And right now, the one that makes the most sense to me personally is Solana. So I don't buy Bitcoin, I don't buy Ethereum, I just buy Solana. That's it. Um, you see a similar pattern over here as well. So, and I'll kind of explain the different shapes. So, I mean, you almost have a non-existent real body over here, okay? It's basically just composed of shadow to the upside and shadow to the downside. Um, Now, in these cases, there doesn't really need to be a real body that retests the low over here. There's a special type of pattern. I really wouldn't be surprised if we actually end up bouncing back up. Um, and that would be interesting to see because, then that would be a different pattern from what I said about Bitcoin. And it would, correlate with what I said before about a transient shift to altcoins. Um, and of course, that would explain the declining Bitcoin dominance as well. But we'll see. So far, you see back in March, April and July, and even May, we had these, local tops that were, getting retested. And now that we're on the flip side, we're actually retesting it from the opposite end. So, I might even just mark this horizontal line and just say, okay, well, realistically, I think maybe this trend line makes more sense. And I'll change the color to green because it's a support line. And we can say, okay, well, there's a possibility we might retest the support line, but the hope is that we don't break down below it and we continue to go to the upside. But for me, you know, I probably DC'd here, I probably DC'd here, so it's not a perfect strategy, but it is certainly a good one to just DCA. So that's the power of DCA, guys. Don't forget about that. Let's go over to vector space, our sort of questionable Ethereum network project that I'm invested in. So here I was a little worried. I thought we are going to retest all the way down to the 41 cent mark, but so far we're, if anything, lingering around this resistance line over here. But it's going to take a lot of momentum to break through because there's a lot of price movement over here. We were retesting, breaking down, retesting, we broke through, and then now we're down again. So if we do survive this resistance line, I think, we really won't have any true resistance until $1.24-ish cents, and furthermore around the $2 mark. And after that, I mean, it's possible that we're well into the exponential phase of the cycle. So I'm guessing maybe sometime in the springtime of 2025, and we'll continue to go up. But like I said before, not financial advice, but I personally would not invest heavily in vector space. This is just something that I'm doing on my own on the side. It's not like a huge conviction play or anything, but um, I enjoy the markets in general, looking at charts, and this is one of those things that I have been following for a very long time, and I just want to. I'm more curious just to see how it would perform this cycle compared to back in 2021. So this is more of a personal interest, if you will. Okay. Um, let's cover the meme coins, my high conviction plays. And I keep talking about three, and I'll probably only talk about three. If you're interested in other meme coins, then I do recommend checking out X, or Twitter, as you may know. Yeah, the crypto Twitter community is pretty entertaining. They always have a lot of great ideas. In fact, when I first discovered, um, PopCat, for example, uh, you know, well, let me be clear. So I actually did not really pick up any of these meme coins off of Twitter. It was actually all through YouTube and just reading about them separately. But I have gotten other ideas from the Twitter community, and I would say that now that I'm heavily into Turbo, Whiff, and Popcat, I do enjoy reading updates and other people's opinions on Twitter. But I'm also on YouTube most of the time. So, in any case, let's talk about Turbo. So, we're looking at a weekly candle. So, as you can imagine, I mean, this candle is not really going to reset, quote unquote. Basically, we're not going to start a new candle until the 23rd. And, right now we're just trying to make sure that this doesn't become a larger red candle. Um, and, I don't really need this to turn into a green candle. I think the way it is fine. I think hopefully, next week we do see a retest of the blue trend line, and that's really all I could ask for at this time. Let's see how PopCat is doing. So again, nothing crazy. I would just, you know, feel comfort knowing that the red candle did not extend further towards the downside, and I'm happy with that. So, we're sort of holding the 80 cent mark. Um, Yesterday was a little more painful when we're retesting, below the 80 cent mark, and I'm sure a lot of people sold, but you know, with a lot of these meme coins, mm, I really don't suggest if this is your first bull cycle. A lot of people who are heavily invested into these coins, they've been around for a while now, and they understand the volatility of the market, what it takes to hold, um, what it takes to handle big jumps and breakdowns, and you really need to be able to develop that tolerance over time, um, along with, you know, setting up good risk management plans. And so I'm sure this was very hard to stomach for somebody who's new to crypto. I mean, imagine going negative 25 and negative 28% in consecutive weeks. I mean, that's almost unheard of in, the traditional equities market. If you're, investing in, like, let's say, S&P 500 or, blue chip stocks. Of course, it happens all the time with penny stocks, by the way. Um, and, back in 2020, 2021, I was also doing a lot of SPACs investment, SPAC. Um, and those are the fun times. But now crypto is definitely more interesting. Moving on to dog with hat, same thing. Do I think it's a great buying opportunity? Out of all the three that I've mentioned, probably dog with hat. I think it's probably a good buying opportunity. Not financial advice. The other ones, it's a bit questionable. And if you don't have a good cost basis and you don't have money to lose, then I would just wait on the sidelines for now. But like I said before, Dogwoof had, I think that's a good price. I mean, the project itself is probably going to, more than 10x from this point. Um, I mean, my prediction for all these coins is, sorry about that. Um, I mean, my prediction for all three coins is 20x from here. I mean, now that we're lower, so I mean, the 20x prediction was when we're actually above this blue trend line and when we're having a nice price action to the upside. I mean, now that we're even lower, 20x from this point on, is definitely a possibility in my humble opinion. That's my conviction. And so, you know, I'll probably only talk about these three meme coins for the rest of, 2025. I mean, definitely rest of 2024 and then leading into 2025. Of course, let me know if you guys want me to talk about something else. I am, of course, um, into other meme coins as well. I've invested probably in 10 other meme coins easily, but these three are my high conviction plays. Okay. So I'll meet you guys back over the weekend. Once again, thanks for watching and listening in. Okay, bye.